Merab Dvalishvili. Dvalishvili, that's right. I didn't butcher that name because I remember it now. When this guy gets an opportunity to fight Sean O'Malley or Chito Vera, it's going to be easy work for him. So I thought the same thing, Sean. I was like, Sean, this dude's fucking sloppy. Sean, this dude is X, Y, and Z. But it's different when you actually get in, and it's different when you have a pace and a guy that doesn't necessarily have that knockout power or that accuracy, but just has that go in him. And that's what makes him dangerous. It's not necessarily his wrestling. It's his threshold. It's the ability of him continue to keep picking up the pace and keeping it at that pace where he doesn't drain his own watt. He got me. I take the L.
Nobody calls out Merab. Nobody calls out Merab. There's a lot of respect there. There's even a fear there. What Merab has to bring to the table you can't prepare for. It's an intangible. That conditioning you can't prepare for. You can get up and you can go do your sprints. You can time the damn thing, find out what intravenous is. You can even get your EPO. You cannot prepare for an intangible like conditioning, and it's frightening if you're dealing with a guy who's learned to weaponize pace, and that's what Merab has done.
He's a maniac, man, and Longo was on. I guess it was it Annex podcast talking about how they basically had a 3-round sparring match before he went out there and fought that fight with Cejudo. So he's got a gas tank like nobody else in a division where gas tanks are a pretty regular thing at bantamweight. Merab takes the crown. I mean, he is the king of pace in that division, and with his durability, the way he can take shots and then continue to do that, I mean, he's having fun in there. That's something to be noted about Merab. He wants to be there the whole time. A lot of anxiety in fighting. It does not seem to be with him. He truly seems like he can't freaking wait to get out there and be in that kind of a fight. I think that kid could be champion someday for sure. I mean, with that pace, bro, if you don't knock him out in the first round, he's going to drown you.
I mean, this guy is a tornado, dude, and you can't really contain a tornado. You just got to go along for the ride and hope for the best. And I don't the way he matched. So you know, in that fight against Henry, I thought Henry was a really tough matchup, right? Just because of the wrestling alone. Well, that was thrown out the window. How are these guys supposed to stop the wrestling of Merab? How are they going to stop? You know, even his movement. It's unorthodox. It's tough to get a handle on him. In order to beat Merab, you have to be an insane wrestler and an extremely powerful striker. And if you have that, you still might be in trouble.
When me and him were training and he was getting ready for Aljamain Sterling, I told him I'd rather fight Aljo instead of Merab. Merab is a machine. The man does not stop. And I am shocked that he took Henry Cejudo down 5 times. And I didn't expect Merab to have such a good wrestling defense. I did not expect that. That's something that I did not know Merab had. Even when Henry Cejudo hit the inside trip on Merab, he wasn't able to succeed with it. Merab was able to defend it. Henry's hit me with it. He's hit Aljamain Sterling. He's hit everybody he spot with that inside trip. It's his signature. But Merab stopped it.
I think people are starting to realize how good he really is, and I wasn't just blowing smoke up people's asses saying what I feel when I train with him. The guy is good, man. He's good, and I'm telling you guys, Steve, you haven't trained with him in a while. He's getting better, man. And that's the scary part. He is still getting better. Like, he's actually taking instruction. He's working on combination stuff that, you know, like code stuff. And I'm like, okay, I see you. You go ahead with your bad self, brother. Go ahead with your bad self.
I tell you, he's turned into, he is a funny guy.
He is funny.
The personality has blossomed.
Yes.
The more spotlight that he's got on him. The way Merab is, he's a tough fight for anybody. How do you have a striking battle with someone that won't stop coming forward? Typically, you can't do that because you get tired and you run out of cardio or energy or oxygen. He doesn't. He just keeps coming. That is what you call a pain in the ass.
It sounds hyperbolic when sports announcers say, you know, I've never seen anything like him. And I think the only time I've capped a fight saying something like that was, you know, have you ever seen anything, or have you ever seen anyone like Justin Gaethje? And still to this point, I have not seen anyone. Hey, Merab is like truly one of one. I mean, there is absolutely no point of comparison in the gym. You know, if any fighter on the roster could fight a 15-round fight, it's absolutely him. And guys like me who live in this fantasy world about like untimed rounds, Merab's certainly your champion in most equations there. The conditioning, the commitment, the genetics, the ability to compartmentalize this huge high pressure sport and just go out as if he's going to a concert, picks up the Olympic gold medalist. That had to feel good. I mean, you should have seen Mark Zuckerberg and the other celebrities and the way all of the VIP fans reacted to this guy. And I have long said the guy leads the league in mixed martial arts offense. What exactly is the problem with his style, If you don't love my promotion of Movsar Evloev, well, Merab's certainly more exciting than that guy with respect. Like, the guy's non-fucking stop. Entertains at press conferences, entertains at weigh-ins, in fight, before the fight, when he gets hit, when he's doling out the offense.
Merab's gas tank is incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody be able to keep that type of pace and have that type of gas tank as the fight goes on. You see it every fight. Like, these dudes literally fade right before our eyes in these fights with Merab.
You know, I want to tell his story, man. Like, you know, obviously I wasn't there when he was coming from Georgia, but I know when he came over to the gym, I remember him being a construction worker. I didn't really know how he was making it to the gym because I knew construction was extremely hard. Coming up short in a couple fights in a row, quitting the sport, and then going back to work, and then after a couple of days or weeks, he had a revelation. It was just like, you know what, I'm going to give this one more shot, and gave it a try. Came back and rattled off a couple, I think 5 or 6 wins in a row. Got signed on looking for a fight. And then from there, loses his first 2 fights in the UFC. And it almost starting to feel once again in his heart like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't belong with these guys. These guys are high level. You hear how he talks. These guys are high level. He's much better than me. And these are the thoughts he's really having to have. And then he gets an opportunity to come back and break that 2-fight losing skid. And from there just goes on a run of a lifetime. And now he's finally getting his flowers.
I was thinking, I don't care if I even make UFC or no. I just want to fight. I love fight. I don't want to, no excuses. And win or lose, I got to do what I love. Because when I wasn't fighting, I was thinking, oh, maybe I will enjoy like everybody else, going club, going restaurants, date some girls. But I was doing a little before all of that, but I wasn't happy. And after that, I had to go work, or I had to just training. It was very hard, but thank God I did that, and now I changed my life, and I give motivation to so many young generations.
Merab Dvalishvili is an absolute monster. His name is The Machine, and he is a machine. By the end of that fight with Henry Cejudo, it was very clear that the fight was going to end the only way that it ended, with Merab winning, because he won't be deterred. And I'll tell you this much, he's tough for anyone, because his pace, his pressure, his cardio, and his ability to just spam takedowns. He just like spams takedowns. He's the guy that you play in a video game that you throw and break controllers, because he will not stop. He will not stop. He just keeps going and going and going and going.
But I'm telling you guys, if I fight Merab, when I fight Merab, I'm knocking that dude out. He's sloppy. I'm accurate. I'm too fast. I'm too sharp. I'm telling you, boys. I put Merab lights out. Worse than Aljo. Aljo, little TKO. Merab, I put him to sleep. Turning his nose straight.